Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, the site of tomorrow night's big night of action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite our fighters to the scale at this time.
I'm surprised that he didn't say anything. When we staring each other, I can say that he's a little bit scared. He stared down at me and I know he's thinking something. That this is the dangerous opponent.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight.
As his 20th bout in the fight capital of the world nears, Manny Pacquiao seems unfazed.
He's doing a little bit running. He feels boring in the room. After this, back to the hotel, sleep. I ate too much steak. I'm not expecting that I run. Okay. Go. I feel good. Come on, work hard, work hard, work hard.
For the Filipino star, there may be as many as 9 figures on the line. For Adrien Broner, the stakes are perhaps even higher.
Let's go, y'all ready? Let's get it. We got 48 hours. Time to shop the world, son. They making me cut my beard.
It's about to take a while to grow that back.
It ain't gonna take no while to grow it back. I'll grow it back though. Yeah. I'm coming to beat y'all, boy. Yup. Boy, yup. You better know it. If they don't know it now, they know it. Look at that. Come outside and the light shining on me. That's a good sign.
The stakes extend beyond the boxers themselves. This fight could potentially have a life-changing impact on Adrien Broner's family.
It feels like I'm fighting. I'm always sweaty and nervous. Oh my goodness. But I'm not worried right now. I'm not worried on Saturday, but you know, just a nervous, anxious feeling. Woo, let's go. Oh my goodness.
I see Daddy right there. Right there.
Coming out on top.
Come on, Larry. Woo. Daddy.
Great friend. Well, nice meeting you. Thank you.
Okay. 9 balls goes here.
No!
9 ball goes here.
Amazing, huh?
Batari mas kuya pa ni ka batari.
Wow. Oh, let me see the trick.
He will be hitting the 2 ball.
We'll see, huh?
Look. Like that, Adrien.
Fight day, a little nervous. Just getting all the equipment ready for his hand wraps, and Manny's precise about that. He likes.
Everyone fears the beard.
Yeah.
Right? We go through this every fight.
It's lame as hell.
If you can take something away from somebody, take it away. If I know you like this, I'm gonna take it away.
Just $1 million shot right here.
Is this what you want?
The rules meeting, I was gonna bring it up. And I just respected the commissioner and let him do his job. Tight and neat. And not long and hanging and like getting him in his eyes or scratching my fighter's face or something like that. There's at least one person that's gonna be mad at me today.
And from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, the return of Manny Pacquiao to America for the first time in over 2 years, as Pacquiao, who has faced 22 current or past world champions, including 20 in his most recent fights, takes on Adrien Broner.
What's up with my heat, though?
Broner 6-0 against Southpaws with 5 knockouts.
Man, I'm cold. I know it's hotter than a $2 pistol in his room.
Hindi ay, giriquisan na ako na ganihapon. Ano? Centralized kasi yan. Kailangan nila lahat yan.
How they gonna have my room cold? Okay, I see you side they on.
No, all the rooms are the same.
That's what y'all supposed to say.
Hi. So you're feeling good. So you're breathing good and even. That's good.
A little bit.
Good.
Yeah, we matching, man.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I feel good. We ain't trying to live his story. We trying to make history, man.
What time? What time is it?
7.
Everybody quiet, stand by, please.
Nervous? Little bit?
No.
Never?
Why you get nervous?
So much has been made of you fighting at 40. Do you feel you'll be able to go all 12 rounds without any difference?
Oh, yeah. I just want to protect my legacy and prove at age of 40 and can still fight.
Fight time. That patch ain't gonna stop me from winning this belt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Where them glasses at?
Your name's Schaub.
How many minutes? ¿Cuánto minuto?
I'll get you exact.
It's showtime! Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for, the WBA welterweight championship of the world. It's time for Pacquiao versus Broner.
As divergent as their personalities may be, both fighting for a cause. Manny for his country, the people of the Philippines, Broner for the inner city, or in his words, the hood. The loser may never find himself on this big of a stage again.
Adrien, the problem, Broner has the vigor of youth, but some of that vigor has led to experiences more bitter than vinegar, run-ins with the law, boorish behavior, in-ring lapses in focus, and yet he says tonight AB stands for another beginning, saying that he's put everything else aside tonight. At the age of 40, Manny Pacquiao, the oldest fighter in boxing's pound-for-pound top 50. He's fought more bouts, 69, than anyone in the top 50. If Freddie Roach has his way, he will also accrue his 40th knockout. The bell, round 1.
Let go. Let go. When I say let go.
Broner's not the easiest guy to hit clean, also in a very defensive posture so far.
Pacquiao's rushing himself a little bit and not settling himself.
I think he's excited. You know, he hasn't fought in the U.S. in a while, and he wants to come back and make a statement.
He can't get to you.
Good straight left hand by Pacquiao.
And that's the first one he landed this round, but Broner's still not getting off.
There's a right uppercut by Broner.
There you go.
Broner has to counter Pacquiao so that Pacquiao doubts his offense.
Pacquiao's already thrown 42 punches to 18 for Broner.
I won that round. Yeah, big time, big time. Listen, you ain't using your jab as much as You can't. He's trying to counter. Yeah, but a quick jab or feint.
Broner's second fight with the no-nonsense Kevin Cunningham, while Manny Pacquiao reuniting with Freddie Roach.
Don't let him get inside. Don't let him get inside.
Broner probing with the jab, just misses with that sweeping left hook, wants to bait Pacquiao into a pull counter situation.
Don't do that, baby. Don't do that.
Taking a page out of Floyd Money Mayweather.
You know, it's a fight in there. You know, Pacquiao's bringing the fight to him. You know, he's trying to create that any way he can.
Pacquiao lands with the right hook.
Mainly because Broner's been going straight back.
He touched. He touched.
Broner trying to establish his jab.
Nice assault by Pacquiao.
Double jab left hand by Pacquiao, beginning to establish his rhythm.
It's Pacquiao's activity to Broner's non-activity, and that was kind of what we thought would be the case. A sharp right hand.
Pressure and volume punching have always been the Achilles heel of Adrien Broner.
Cut!
I think Pacquiao's trying too hard to look spectacular.
So pagpasok mo, naka-prepare na siya. Simi dive gamay, gamay lang. Doot, exit sa kanan. Walang tambay sa harap.
2 down. You got 2 in the bank. 2 boxes small.
Pacquiao raring to go here in round 3. Triple pumping the jab, followed by the left.
He got the crowd, so they gonna yell if he hit the win.
Pacquiao is utilizing his jab very well in this fight. He's thrown over 70 jabs already. Some of those straight left hands may start to get in.
There's a left hand by Pacquiao, and Broner clinches.
That's it. Start putting it together. Come on. Bring that up. Come on.
Pacquiao to the body with a left hand.
He's walking into that. Put it on the side. Beautiful.
Pacquiao again clips Broner with another left.
Gotta make it count, Adrien. We worked hard for this.
I'm going to say maybe Broner is a little surprised at the hand speed of Pacquiao.
Come on. Back up and hit him. Come on. What are they doing?
A sharp jab that lands for Pac-Man. And Broner remains cool under fire.
Listen up. Listen to me. Listen. He's good. He's good.
Ito ka, ito yung paa mo. May counter siya. Lalabas natin.
Don't worry about that crowd. Because the monkey in the wind and they yelling. So don't worry about that.
Sakto yun. Pag ginal mo sa katawan, yuyuko. Kaboom! Sit up sa 105.
Well, the problem is Adrien Broner has only thrown 70 punches so far over 3 rounds.
Wow, there you go.
Sharp counter, and Broner with a check left hook. Another counter left hook upstairs by Broner.
Right now, right now, right now.
Broner doing a good job of avoiding those shots from Pacquiao.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Broner's landed some good counters in this round.
Keep working. Keep it in his face.
And you see, that's what happens when you rush it. Bad footing.
What is he doing? What is he doing? No.
Broner countered with an effective right hand. And again, Pacquiao able to close the distance.
Pacquiao's not getting a lot of leverage on his left hand. Oh.
Closing up the best round of the fight for Adrien Broner. Things beginning to get interesting. Adrien Broner, the best round of the fight thus far for him in the 4th.
No question.
And he starts the round with another sharp right hand there.
Touch him with something. You gotta let it go.
Pointing out to him, don't wait. He wants him to get off first for a change. But then every trainer has said that to Adrien Broner.
Come on.
Pacquiao again running combinations as he moves his way in, but Broner avoiding those punches.
That's it. Over here, left behind it.
Adrien Broner is either on offense or on defense. And when you put him on defense and he runs away, he does not count. Because Broner has only thrown 14 punches in this round, Pacquiao's winning it.
Maganda ang ginawa natin sa round na to. Ganun na ang gagawin natin sa lahat.
You got to let your hands go a little bit more. You got to be a little more busy.
Set it for the hood. Let's go.
Round number 6. Broner trying to keep Pacquiao at bay with the jab, but here comes Pacquiao again, explodes in.
Come on, man. You got the right hand in his face.
Pacquiao's bringing more heat this round, more pressure.
Pacquiao lands a lead left to the body of Broner.
The body or something.
again. Pacquiao attacking the body.
Timing!
Back to 23-1 in terms of body shots landed.
Back the other way, AB, back the other way.
It is a chess match here in Las Vegas. Adrien Broner trying to secure the biggest win of his career. Yes! Broner caught Pacquiao with that counter left hook at the end of the round.
Wow, sharpest punches of the fight.
Lamang tayo. Relax lang.
When that downtime, you can't go to sleep in here.
Oh, wow, counter left hand by Pacquiao. Pacquiao launches another attack and scores with a couple of punches.
Sit up sa 105! Sit up sa 105!
Pacquiao feinting and landing the shots.
Come back with it! Come back with it!
And there's Pacquiao leading with that left.
The volume of punches thrown, huge edge for Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, a couple of left hands that stagger Broner, and Pacquiao now lighting up, and Broner doing the veteran thing. Lighting him up with his hand speed, and now Pacquiao unloading on Broner in the corner. Pac-Man looking to gobble up his 40th knockout win. Broner content to put all of his weight on Pacquiao and catch a breather. An offensive onslaught by Manny Pacquiao here in the 7th. Final seconds of what has been a terrific round for the 40-year-old legend Manny Pacquiao.
What was that? I need to see what he hit you with. Stay in the center of the ring, all right? Get your head right.
Say let go, you gotta let go. Di ba sabi ko, dikitan mo ng dikitan. Tingnan mo, nabigla siya pag ganun mo. Dito mo kinuha sa ibabaw. Di ba sabi ko, dikitan mo ng dikitan.
Manny Pacquiao, the third man to win a legitimate version of a 147-pound title 3 times.
Come on, shoot it! Shoot it!
Being encouraged by this vociferous crowd at MGM Grand who made the flight from the Philippines, and we're hearing from those people now. Pacquiao attacks the body again with a stinging left hand as we head for the 9th round of the scheduled 12-round welterweight title fight.
You know, one thing about Adrien Broner, he is a tough man to knock down or knock out.
Oh, and there's a left hand that backed up Broner. And now Pacquiao.
He's not listening, man.
30 seconds left in the 9th, and Pacquiao now peppering Broner, but Broner again, calm under fire.
I already know. You got nothing else. You gotta rock him, baby. You gotta
Now you gotta touch, and run your combinations off. Just step around him, man.
You get this fight!
He's getting back in this fight, big time.
Speed combinations, very good. There, boy.
Tubig tayo.
Broner has got to know that he hasn't gotten off enough shots and he's behind in the fight.
The right hand in your face, man!
Broner is 11 years younger, but he just ate a right hook. Pacquiao lands a left to the body again.
Come on, right hand!
We head into the championship rounds. Manny Pacquiao, 147-pound belt holder. Adrien Broner, the second youngest 4-division champion, but in tough tonight. It does not look good for the problem.
Last round, kid.
Sa lahat ng pinag-isayuhan natin na round, ito na. Pinaka-importante sa lahat, last round.
Yeah. Listen, man, this is what I'm trying to tell you to win this round coming up. Make this crystal clear. It's the last round.
Clean round,
Can you do
okay?
this for me?
Clean round.
Win around big.
Please. Last round, pinaka-importante sa lahat.
And final round, the two-touch gloves, and Al, has Manny Pacquiao look like a 40-year-old tonight?
He has thrown combinations when the opportunity is there and has put in a solid effort. The question will be whether any of the judges feel that Broner has landed enough counterpunches to win rounds.
One of the fears about watching Adrien Broner is always, will he get off enough punches? And that's the frustration of watching Adrien Broner.
Manny Pacquiao, fighting for the first time at the age of 40, has been steady in his offense, utilizing an effective jab, sustained body work. His return to America should be a victorious one for the living legend. Pacquiao's wife, Jinky, and family smiling. While there's a difference in the body language of the Broner family.
The question is, as you go round by round, can you find rounds for Adrien Broner? That's the question. It's a simple one.
I'll beat him.
Good job, man. Yeah. Goodbye,
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision, all three in favor of the winner, and still WBA welterweight champion of the world, Manny
In his 70th professional fight, 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao records his 61st victory.
The world know you beat him. The world know you beat him. Well, I'm gonna talk about too. Yeah, you can do that.
I feel so happy because I did my best in the fight and also in training. We did a lot in the training camp, so thank God for this victory.
Manny, thank you. We look forward to seeing you next time. Adrien?
Yeah, bring your over here. I got a lot to say.
Crazy stuff. Just neither do I, but I can't control that. I can't control that.
What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. I controlled the fight. He was missing. I hit him clean more times. What they trying to do is they trying to get that money again with Pacquiao and Floyd, but it's cool. I ain't worrying about it. I'm still on top. Cincinnati, stand up. West Side.
All three judges in favor of Pacquiao in what was, I thought, a fight that Pacquiao controlled and outclassed Broner.
Controlled the whole fight. Had that missing like one of the 7 doors, man.
Watch yourself, please.
Man, you know I'm good.
Okay, but it's a part of the game. You know how it is.
I know. Hey, do your thing. Go beat him again.
No, I'm not fighting, but hold your head up. Okay.
Man, relax, Floyd.
Don't worry about that.
Huh? Yeah. I know. I beat him, man. I beat him. I beat that boy.
Sometimes the desire to win can hinder judgment.
I was icing him, man. Oh.
And a fighter needs time to reach acceptance.
Oh, man. Y'all proud of me, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man.
Love you to death.
I love y'all, too. I want y'all to be proud of me. But when I work that hard and they take it from me, bro.
I know. It hurts. I know.
Man. I'm ready to punch a camcorder, dude, him. Man, I know I ain't gonna miss. It ain't a shot of here I don't like. Come on, y'all, we good. Come on, let me get in the shower.
The cap is here!
That's a good fight, huh?
Yeah, that's a very good fight. It's a shutout. And you shut him out. The best statement to make coming back to the US. Done. Done deal.
Kamay na lang, no?
Kamay na lang, Jun. Para bumba na siya.
Unseen during the fog of war, in the middle rounds, a lace glanced across Pacquiao's eye.
Was there any point in the whole fight where you thought that you would be able to knock him down already?
There's a round that I want to finish him, but Buboy said, but don't be careless, just take time. We're ahead, you don't need to be careless, and It's so bad for Freddie Roach because he don't understand. Because Adrien Broner is waiting for a counter punch.
Next, a few words from 4-division world champion Adrien Broner.
As you can see, I wear these glasses for fashion. I ain't got a mark on me. You know what I mean? I ain't about to go up here and go crazy. I ain't got to. They thought I was gonna come in here and be in the mud and they was just gonna move around me. And I came and I gave them what they wasn't looking for. And with that being said, I feel good. I feel good. I still look good. And right now, it's time to cash checks and have sex, man.
Senator Pacquiao wants to thank everybody. He's got a little bit of cold, so he's going to go. He really thanks Adrien Broner for everything. Gave it a heck of an effort. He will be back as a champ. Champ!
While it's possible an inadvertent blow may have been the most severe damage of the night, for Manny Pacquiao, not much seems to slow his momentum. Not Adrien Broner, not 40, and perhaps not even history. For the sports statesman, only time will tell who will be his next money fight.
Manny!